Hey everyone, Ioniq here. In today's video, I want to show you guys an alternate to using MyHyundai. If you weren't aware, people can use Hyundai's API embedded into other applications, and one developer named Mark Schmidt took it upon himself to make a more slimmed down, trim version of MyHyundai, and he calls it BetterBlue. It's available in the US and Canada on iOS only. Sorry, Android people. I've been using it for a few months now, and I really like it. It enables all sorts of things that the MyHyundai app just doesn't have, like live activities so you can track charging right from your lock screen. So a couple things we got to get out of the way first. This runs inside of an application called Test Flight, which allows third-party developers to kind of circumvent the App Store, and that's what he has to do, because when he tried to get it published in the App Store last year, it was denied. They claimed that he would need Hyundai's permission in order to get it published. So right now you have to have the Test Flight app on your phone. So I will leave links in the description below to his website, as well as information on how to install this on your phone. I don't want to bore you with that in this video. It's very easy. This works for both Hyundai and Kia in the US and Canada. The developer does plan on releasing it in other markets around the globe, so stay tuned if you're outside of North America. This is completely free. He never plans to monetize it. It's open source, so if you want to make your own version, you're more than welcome to. And this is in no way, shape, or form a workaround if you don't have an active BlueLink subscription. You have to have BlueLink. So if you have an older car that doesn't have it, you would then have to pay for BlueLink in order to get this app to work as well, regardless of if you want to use MyHyundai or not. Let's jump into the app and I'll show you guys around. You can see it's a much different look from MyHyundai. So you can see here, you have a little map in the background showing where your car is currently located. You have the name of your car. So if you have multiple cars, you can swipe from side to side to get to the other cars. Very easy, a lot easier than in the MyHyundai app. You have a little refresh button here. So if the data is out of date, you can see here it says the last update was at 10:40 a.m., which is right now. But you can hit that little refresh button and it's just like pulling down inside the MyHyundai app. Does the same thing. If you click on the car name, you'll get your VIN number, when the last update was, your odometer. Kind of cool. It gives you your 12-volt battery status. So mine is showing 85%. And then you can see your door status, your hood trunk status, and tire pressure is okay. So just a nice little quick view of everything going on with your car. The next block down is your EV range and state of charge, so you can see 76%. This doesn't really show anything unless it's actively charging, in which case you will get some more information. Underneath that, you'll see the current status of whether the car is plugged in or unplugged. You can see here it says unplugged. If you click on it, you can start charge, stop charge, or change your charge limits. So if we click on charge limits, it brings up this secondary screen. You can just kind of slide that around to whatever you want. So you want it at 70, you can do that. And then down below you hit save charge limits, easy peasy. Now the little button on the right is more or less a quick toggle. So that little lightning bolt there, if I were to click it, it would try to start charging the car, but the car's parked, it's not plugged in right now, so it's not going to do anything. If I were plugged in and it wasn't charging, if I hit that, it would send the command to then charge. Now below that you have a locked indicator, so you can unlock or lock your car just by clicking on that. Again, the button on the right is just a little quick toggle to do the opposite of its current state. Right now I'm sitting in the car running, so you can see that the climate control is currently on. I actually just turned down my temperature in the car down to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see it's still showing 73. Let's just hit that little refresh button and you can see it almost instantly changed to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. If you click on that, you can start climate, stop climate. There's your climate settings. So here in my 2025 Ioniq 5, if I scroll down, I have the ability to turn on my heated and cooled seats, as well as steering wheel heat. And what's cool here is you can kind of go in here, create different climate settings, I guess you would call it. So we'll call this one summer, save, and then up here we can hit new and say we want to make one for the winter time. So we can have the heated seats come on for the driver and passenger, and we'll turn our temperature up to 75. Click there and call it winter. And now we have a couple presets. When you go back out, and if you click on here, starting climate or stopping climate will default to that summer setting. If you want to start winter, that's now a separate little option there. So pretty nifty. So the only real thing here to go through is the settings. So we'll click the cog up in the top right. You can see here I have my two cars, my Ioniq 6 and my Ioniq 5. From here, if you click on a car, you can get a little bit more information. You can give it a custom name if you want. You can also change the appearance of your widget. So if you want a darker background on your widget, you can choose black. If you like the kind of blue theme from the MyHyundai app, you can do that. And then if you go back out to your home screen, you'll see the wallpaper on that widget has changed. Here you can see your climate presets, so you can swap between those two if you want. Down at the bottom, you can change your charge port type from CCS1, CCS2, or NACS. And down here, you can also gain access to your charge limits. So you can do a little bit more under each vehicle info page. If you have multiple accounts, you can add a secondary account for, say, your partner or a family member, whatever. You can see refresh interval. So if you want the data to kind of be as updated as possible, you can have it update as little as every hour or as long as every 12 hours. Remember that every time you ping the car, it is drawing a little bit of power from the 12-volt battery. So if you want to limit the potential for 12-volt battery issues, I'd say turn that up, but I haven't had any issues with it being at 1 hour. You can then toggle on widget notifications and live activities. I had previously mentioned that. You can see it says beta, but I will show that in just a second. You can change your distance units from miles to kilometer or Fahrenheit to Celsius. So that's kind of pretty much it for the basics of the app. Much more simpler than the MyHyundai app. So live activities and widgets is where it gets really cool. So let's go to my home screen, and you'll see here on my home screen, I have quick toggles for lock, unlock, start climate, stop climate. And if you click on it, it will bring you right back into the app. But if you do go home, you have the ability to just quickly unlock or lock the car, which is really nice. All these years in, Hyundai still does not give us any widgets for their app, which is kind of ridiculous at this point. So if I hit unlock, it should unlock the car, I believe. Yep, you just heard the doors unlock. And then you get a pop-up notification that says unlock request sent. So here you can see what it looks like when charging is in progress. That dashed line will show your charging level, and then it gives you an estimated time to that level. And on the other side in green, you'll see your current charging power. You can also see here on the lock screen, you get the same little widget from the BetterBlue app right on your home screen. If you lock your phone, you'll continue to see that as a widget on the lock screen. So pretty cool. You'll also get a live activity up in the dynamic island that will show you your charging status, which is also nice. From your lock screen, you can also change some of the quick buttons down at the bottom to be shortcuts for starting your climate or locking or unlocking the car. Makes it really nifty and quick to painlessly start the heating in your car on a cold winter day. Again, this is another feature that MyHyundai just doesn't have. There is also a BetterBlue Apple Watch app. So you can see here it's got battery status, estimated range, status of the door locks, and if climate is running. Pretty neat. And then you can swipe back and forth between multiple cars if you have them. Yeah, just really well thought out, good implementation across the ecosystem. So you're going to still want to have the MyHyundai app on your phone because there's some things in BetterBlue that you just can't do. Like if you have a higher trim of a Hyundai or Kia that has the surround view camera system, you can't access the car to view those images remotely. You can't activate your horns or lights if you want to scare off somebody. You can't activate valet mode. You can't do anything related to charging scheduling, and you can't remotely start battery preconditioning. So there are some limitations to the BetterBlue app. I don't know if there are intentions to add some of these features into it. I don't know if the API allows for that. But in speaking with the creator, Mark Schmidt, he did say that other than working on getting this available in other countries, basically just bug fixes at this point. But anyway, just wanted to share this cool app with you guys. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of the MyHyundai or the Kia Connect app. I especially think the Kia Connect app looks way worse even than MyHyundai. So Kia's got an even longer way to go to getting a really nice looking app in my opinion. So anyway guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. Check out the links below if you're interested in installing this on your iPhone. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for all sorts of accessories for any Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.